Yes, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, there's something that is going on in Burkina Faso. While many of us, we are busy concentrating on what is happening in Venezuela, there's something that has happened last night in Burkina Faso. Another failed coup attempted.
While the world's eyes were fixed on Venezuela, a different kind of war was unfolding in Burkina Faso. In the dead of night, a coup attempt was launched to overthrow President Ibrahim Traoré, but it failed, and what happened next shocked the world. Around 1 a.m., shots were heard near the presidential palace in Ouagadougou. A secret operation, plotted by remnants of the old regime, aimed to take down the leader of Burkina Faso's new revolution. The target? Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The plan? To assassinate key military commanders, take control of state installations, and destabilize the entire nation. But the coup plotters didn't expect what happened next. News of the coup attempt spread fast, and so did the people's reaction. Thousands poured into the streets in the middle of the night. Men, women, and even children marched toward the presidential palace, not in fear, but in defense of their president. This wasn't just a protest. This was a people standing guard over their revolution. A revolution sparked by hope, inspired by the spirit of Thomas Sankara. The message was clear: we will not let history repeat itself. Reports now confirm that the failed coup was led by allies of former transitional president Henri Damiba, the same man Traoré ousted in 2022. Damiba, currently in exile in Togo, is believed to have coordinated the plot remotely, using insiders and economic operators with access to power. Their goal: to fracture the military, clear the path for mercenaries, and let foreign-backed forces enter the country. Intelligence sources suggest certain Western nations promised air support to bomb key installations and finish the job. But they underestimated the resolve of the Burkinabè people. The coup has been crushed. Arrests have been made. The drone-based commander survived, and the nation stands strong. This moment will go down in African history, not just as a failed coup, but as a powerful reminder: Africa is no longer asleep. The new generation of leaders and citizens will not bow to fear, foreign influence, or betrayal. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not just protected by soldiers, he is protected by the people. And when the people rise, no army can stop them. This is what Pan-African power looks like. Burkina Faso has spoken, and the world is watching. Subscribe to Make Africa Great for bold truth, fearless voices, and a united Africa. Because the revolution will not be televised, but we will record it.
Hello, Africa, brothers and sisters of this continent. Do you know while Africans and the rest of the world are busy looking in Venezuela, there's something that has happened in Burkina Faso. Another coup attempt has failed in Burkina Faso. Last night, there was a plotted coup attempt against Captain Ibrahim Traoré. But let's thank the intelligence of Burkina Faso and the people of Burkina Faso for coming out in numbers and avoid that coup. We may ask ourselves, why right now? These puppets and these people who want to destabilize Africa, they know very well that right now our power, our strength is within Captain Ibrahim Traoré. So they are trying to remove Traoré and his counterparts, leaders of Sahel, to make Africa weak. Now we are strong. At least we are strong because of inspiration made by Traoré. So right now they are trying to do everything to overthrow our beloved, brave leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. This is another survival for Captain Ibrahim Traoré. And they will not stop here. They will try many times. And we Africans, let us not tired to protect this brave and young man of Burkina Faso, Captain Traoré, and his counterparts. We know since Captain Ibrahim Traoré came to power and joined the alliance of Sahel states and take control of natural resources, these puppets and these exploiters are not happy. And one thing that right now they fear Traoreization of Africa. They fear the spread of the spirit of Traore. They have seen what happened in Madagascar. They have seen what happened in Benin. So right now they fear that if Traore will continue to energize the people of Africa, Africa will be strong. The people of Africa will unite. What they want to do is to make sure that Africa must not unite. They didn't start it yesterday or the day before yesterday. A long time ago, since they took away Patrice Emery Lumumba of Congo. You remember? They didn't stop to Patrice Emery Lumumba of Congo. They went in Ghana to a man who came with the idea of United Africa, Osage for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. They removed him from power through coup. They didn't stop there. They went to Togo. They removed Sylvanus Olympio. And many other leaders were removed. They didn't stop there. They went to Mozambique. They removed Samola Moises Machel through planned plane accident. They didn't stop there. They created genocide in Rwanda. They didn't stop there. They're in Congo. They didn't stop there. They went to Zimbabwe and put sanctions in Zimbabwe to make sure that Zimbabwe will not realize its potential. They didn't stop there. They went to Libya after Muhammad al-Gaddafi came with the idea of United Africa, the Africa that we have a single currency. They see Gaddafi want to challenge it, compete with the dollar. They removed him from power. Now they are trying to remove Traore. They are trying to destabilize Burkina Faso. But what we need to do as the people of Africa is to come together. I've been saying this. We Africans, Traore himself cannot survive without our unity. Today you see Traore is there because of the unity of the people of Burkina Faso. When the young people of Burkina Faso heard about coup attempt, they came out in numbers, thousands on the streets, and saying if they want to do something to Traore, they have to face us first. The way they did it to Maduro and other leaders in other parts of the world, they want also to do to our leaders. So the young people of Burkina Faso, thank you all. Thank to young people of Africa for standing with Traore. Traore is our prophet. Traore is showing us the way. We are celebrating Traore not because he's young or he's too young or maybe he's a good leader. No, we are celebrating Traore because Traore is inspiring our generation. For we Africans, especially young generation, to take our responsibilities, to understand that we young people, we can do better. We can build our roads. We young people, we don't need to wait someone from outside to come and invest in our resources and give us jobs, small amount of money we call salaries or wages. Traore has said, we Africans, we can manufacture our own cars. We have seen electric cars being manufactured in Burkina Faso. We can build our roads. We have seen young men and women of Burkina Faso building their own roads. We can manufacture drones. We have seen drones being manufactured in Burkina Faso. We can feed ourselves because we know those who feed us always controls us. Burkina Faso is now feeding itself. That's what Traore is doing to us. So they want to remove this spirit of tolerization of Africa because they fear that maybe 10 years to come, Africans will be awakening. So let us not allow them to do what they have done in Venezuela, what they have done in other continents. Let us, we Africans, come together. And to African Union brothers and sisters, we young people, we have to push African Union to have a strong African Union. Not African Union that is releasing statements. And of course, sometimes the things like this, African Union does not release statements about Burkina Faso. African Union, you never heard any statement about France. African Union have seen released a statement about Israel on Somaliland. But I asked, who care our voices? Who care what African Union is saying? No one cares about what African Union is saying. If we don't come together, if we don't unite, no one will care about our voices. These international laws are not working for the weak people. International laws are working for strong men and women. This is the principle of the jungle. The law of the jungle defining that the weak will not survive, the strong will survive. So we Africans, how to survive while we are weak and how to be strong in order to survive? We need to come together. You know, I've been saying and telling Africans, fellow Africans, that the only solution, all these challenges that you see facing Africans or facing the continent of Africa, it's because of disunity. If we are united, we can defeat terrorism, and these jihadists, we can defeat them because we will be organized. Because these people, what they are doing, they destabilize maybe one country A and land to country B. But if these countries are so united, they will have no place to hide. Today we are facing hunger, we are being fed by others. Not because we are not producing enough, no. Because those who are supplying food are coming from outside. They decide this time they have to supply some amount, or they are not going to supply. But if we are united, we know very well that in the eastern part of the continent and western part, there are many producers of rice. They can produce enough rice to supply the entire continent. We know we have cocoa in Ghana. We can process our cocoa. We know we have Ingadam. We can invest in Ingadam to produce enough electricity to supply to the entire continent. There will be no M23. There will be no Al-Shabaab. There will be no Boko Haram. There will be Africa. Today, our young men and women are running away from this continent, drowned into Mediterranean Sea, losing their life energy, and some of them being kept in the shore of Libya and sold like slaves because of our disunity. So, family, brothers and sisters, it is paining to see that these people are still hunting our leaders through our people. They use black people like me and you. They use Africans to destabilize fellow Africans. Let us come together. Let us unite. Let us speak with one voice. The time is now. What has happened in Venezuela must be a wake-up call to us, the people of Africa. That must be a lesson to us, that if we are weak, the rule of the jungle will take us out. If we don't unite, at any time this path will come and do anything. And no Chinese will come and help us. No Europeans will come and help us. No Russians will come and help us if we don't support one another, if we don't come together and unite. We'll be captured the way we have seen in other places. So my message to you all, brothers and sisters, let us come together, unite. We know the Black Winter is coming. And the Black Winter now is trying to hide Burkina Faso through coup attempt. Traore prophesied those things. We didn't listen him. Now see what is happening. So at that, family, let us not speak for too long. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. See you next time.
Thank you, Africa, Mama Africa.